Hi everyone, it's Aisya here, and today we're going to be taking a look at homonyms, which are words that are either homographs, words that have the same spelling, or homophones, words that have the same pronunciation. Words that have both identical pronunciations and spellings but different meanings, such as bat, which can refer to a type of flying mammal or a type of sports equipment, are also called homonyms. In speaking, reading, and writing, recognizing homonyms is crucial for understanding the intended meaning of a sentence. Misinterpreting and mispronouncing homonyms can lead to confusion, so that's why it's important to get your homonyms right. Now let's have some fun. I'm going to go through 10 pairs of homonyms with you, and then after that, I'm going to give you a quiz to test your knowledge. Are you ready? Let's get started. Now, the first homonym that we're going to be looking at is flower, which can be spelled Flower or Flour. When it's spelled Flower, it refers to the colored part of a plant from which the seed or fruit develops. I'd like to buy a bouquet of flowers for my mother. Now, when it's spelled Flour, it refers to a fine white or brown powder made from grain, especially wheat, and used in cooking for making bread and cakes. She used flour to make delicious homemade bread. So it's flour, not flour. The next homonym we're going to look at is the word through, which can be spelt Threw or Through. Now, when it's spelt Threw, it is the past tense form of the verb throw, which means to propel something through the air with force, typically by using your arm or hand. Ayman threw the ball at Magat. Now, when it's spelt Through, it means to move from one side or end of an object, place, or space to the other side. She walked through the door. Let's move on to the third item in our list, which is the word peel. Now, peel can be spelt Peal or Peel. When it's spelt Peal, it refers to a loud ringing sound or a series of loud ringing sounds, often associated with bells. The wedding bells rang in a joyful peal to celebrate the occasion. And when it's spelt Peel, it refers to the outer layer or skin of a fruit or vegetable. The orange peel gives the room a pleasant aroma. Now, the fourth word is Q, which can be spelt Cue or Queue. Now, when it's spelt Cue, it refers to a signal or prompt that indicates when a particular action should be taken. The actor waited for his cue before entering the stage. When it's spelt Queue, it refers to a line or sequence of people, vehicles, or items waiting their turn or order. He joined the queue for the cashier at the grocery store. Now let's move on to homographs, which are words that are spelt the same but are pronounced differently and have different meanings. So the first homograph we're going to be looking at is spelt Tear. Now this word can be pronounced two ways. The first way is tear, and the second way of pronouncing it is tear. So the word tear means to pull apart, as in, please don't tear the pages out of that book. When it's pronounced tear, it refers to a drop of clear salty liquid from your eye. A single tear rolled down her cheek as she said goodbye. Moving on to the next homograph, which is spelt Bass. Now this word can be pronounced bass or bass. Bass is a low frequency sound and a type of instrument. She played the bass notes with a bass guitar. Bass, on the other hand, is a type of fish. I'm cooking a delicious bass for dinner tonight. Moving on to the next word, lead. Now, this word can be pronounced lead or led. Now, lead means to go with or in front of a person or an animal to show the way or to make them go in the right direction. I will lead the way. Follow me. Lead, on the other hand, is a heavy, soft grey metal. Excessive lead exposure can have severe health implications, particularly for children and pregnant women. Moving on to the next homograph, OBJECT. Now, this word can be pronounced object or object. Object, object. Now, object is a noun that refers to things that can be seen and touched but is not alive. The box contained an assortment of interesting objects. Object, on the other hand, is a verb that means to say that you disagree with or oppose something. The group objected to the proposed cuts in employee benefits and demanded negotiations. Moving on to the next homograph. Now, this word is spelt R-O-W and can be pronounced either row or row. Now, row means to move a boat through water using oars. They decided to row across the calm lake early in the morning for some peaceful exercise. The word row, on the other hand, is a noisy argument between two or more people. The disagreement between the neighbors turned into a heated row with raised voices and pointed fingers. Last but not least, our final homograph is spelt D-O-V-E. Now, this word can be pronounced either dove or dove. Dove is a type of bird of the pigeon family. A beautiful dove landed on my windowsill this morning. Dove, on the other hand, is the past tense of dive and means to jump into water with your head and arms going in first. The brave lifeguard dove into the rough waves to rescue the struggling swimmer. There you have it. 10 pairs of homonyms that people often get confused by. Now it's time for a quiz. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to read out some sentences and you have to choose the correct word to fill in each blank. Are you ready? Right, so here's the first sentence. To make the pancake batter, add a cup of water into a large bowl of flour. Now, how do you spell flour in this sentence? Is it A, F-L-O-W-E-R, or is it B, F-L-O-U-R? To make the pancake batter, add a cup of water into a large bowl of B, flour, spelt F-L-O-U-R. Next sentence. Mariam crumpled up the piece of paper and threw it into the bin. Now, is the answer here A, threw spelt T-H-R-E-W, or is it B, threw spelt T-H-R-O-U-G-H? The answer is A, threw spelt T-H-R-E-W. Next sentence. The audience waited eagerly for the cue to applaud at the end of the performance. Now, in this sentence, is the word cue spelt Q-U-E-U-E, or is it spelt C-U-E? The answer is Q spelt C-U-E. Next sentence. Banana peels are often discarded, but they can be used as a natural fertilizer for your garden. Now, is the word peels here spelled P-E-A-L-S, or is it P-E-E-L-S? The answer is P-E-E-L-S. Right, so now I'm going to read you some sentences that contain homographs. All you have to do is choose the correct pronunciation of the homograph. You ready? Right, so here's the first sentence. The toddler managed to blank the pages of her picture book. Now, what goes in the blank? Is it A, tear, or is it B, tear? The answer is A, tear. The toddler managed to tear the pages of her picture book. Moving on to the next sentence. Rossmann caught a massive blank for dinner. Now, what goes in the blank here? Is it A, bass, or is it B, bass? The answer is B, bass. Rossmann caught a massive bass for dinner. Moving on to the next sentence. The tour guide will blank us through the historical landmarks of the city. What goes in the blank here? Is it A, lead, or is it B, lead? The answer is A, lead. The tour guide will lead us through the historical landmarks of the city. Next sentence. He may blank to the new policy, but it's essential for the company's growth. Right, what goes in the blank here? Is it A, object, or is it B, object? The answer is B, object. He may object to the new policy, but it's essential for the company's growth. Moving on to the next sentence. They had a heated blank about politics at the family gathering, and it became quite uncomfortable. Now, what goes on the blank here? Is it A, row, or is it B, row? The answer is B, row. They had a heated row about politics at the family gathering, and it became quite uncomfortable. Moving on to the next sentence. The swimmer blank into the cool, clear water of the lake. Is the answer A, dove, or is it B, dove? The answer is B, dove. The swimmer dove into the clear, cool water of the lake. So, how did you do? Congratulations if you got all the answers correct. Keep up the excellent work. If you didn't get all of the answers right, don't worry. Learning is a journey, and making mistakes is just a part of the process. Keep exploring and expanding your knowledge, and you'll continue to improve. So that's all from me for this week. Make sure you go to myenglishmatters.com to join our email list, and we'll send you weekly tips straight into your inbox. See you next time.